nerds, you know what time it is? It's break week time, which means I'm taking over this fucking podcast. One Piece who? I don't know who that bitch is. Oh. This week, it's Boku no Hero Fancast.
Dude, do you have a name for this Boku no Hero Fancast?
That was it. That was the name. Boku no Hero Fancast.
That Oda, like when he heard that.
Do you take constructive criticism?
No, I'm the fucking boss this week.
I'm Horikoshi this week.
I'm Horikoshi.
Oda,
I'm the one with all the fucking like brains and all the trivia shit.
Right when you said that, Oda's like in his bed, just like clenching his heart, like, oh,
oh no, don't say that.
One Piece who? Ah!
Let's take one moment to send Oda all of our good vibes and prayers.
Yeah,
I have heard he's been feeling.
I'm just
better.
Goofing. Yeah, he got like suddenly sick or something like that, but then they confirmed. They're like, yeah, he's doing better. He's confirmed coming back the week of the 16th. So
that's good to hear.
Yeah, that should be good.
My poor guy. But in his moment of weakness, I fly in. Horikoshi flies in with the fucking bombest chapter to date.
With the juice, the artwork on point. The climax of the story.
All of it on point. Like, I am...
Yeah, all things considered, it goes without saying.
Which goes without saying. Sorry, I'm the boss here. Shut the fuck up.
Wow.
Oh, we should also introduce ourselves.
Oh well, just in case. If you don't want to hear spoilers, get the fuck off this podcast.
Yeah.
Because there are going to be. The entirety of the manga,
basically,
and definitely the most recent.
If you haven't read chapter 286, you should definitely
go home,
read it, and then come back because we're gonna fucking.
And we do have like a large set of our fans that they have read Boku no Hero and at some point have dropped off of it. This is the time to get back to it. Personally, if you enjoyed it and just like dropped it because it wasn't like in a place or like for whatever reason, if you kind of enjoyed Boku no Hero, pick it back up because this is Marineford level.
Yeah.
I'm here to drag you kicking and screaming by the ankles back into this hell. Do you understand me?
The last panel of this chapter is like everybody is nodded to My Hero, and then Adri. The entire last page. That's literally what it is.
Last spread with Deku on the floor, holding his head. like looks. I mean, what she's saying is very has nothing to do with this joke. But the way that she's, like, holding his head as if she's, like, forcing him to stare at what's in front of him.
It's like when, like...
Gaze, my child, gaze upon me.
It's like the meme of, like, when you're at Thanksgiving or, like, a family gathering, and then, like, someone in your family says something, and then your mom, like, holds the nape of your neck in a very specific way as to tell you... Boy, you better shut the fuck up.
Yeah, not now.
That's what Adri's doing, but instead, like, read Boku no Hero.
I am here to open your eyes. So I'm Adri.
I'm Franz.
I'm John. And Bakugo's dead. Spoilers starting out. No, I'm
Bakugo's dead. Deku's dead. Todoroki's dead.
Todoroki's the only one alive. What are you talking about?
There was a fucking... So, like, a while ago, there was a fucking meme on Twitter. Some YouTube guy, Nux Taco, I think is his name. He started some meme, and he just tweeted out, like, oh my god, like... Spoilers for the chapter came out. I can't believe Bakugo died. Mind you, this was like 50 chapters ago. Like nothing happened with Bakugo. And there was so many, like the hashtag blew up and there was so many people like, bro, bro, are you serious?
I remember this.
And the dude made the video. He's like, yo, you guys are so fucking stupid. And then, like, when last chapter happened, he tweeted again, all right, I know what happened last time, but seriously, guys, this time I'm not lying.
The boy who cried wolf.
The boy who cried wolf. So,
Jesus.
I mean, for me, I kind of ruined that chapter for myself the first time that Bakugo gets stabbed. Because I like to look at spoilers. Because I just want to know, until I realized that, like, looking at spoilers makes the wait so much longer. So I stopped doing that. And this week on Twitter, I spent a lot of my gremlin life scrolling through Twitter because I'm a fandom slut. I blocked all of the like spoiler all the spoiler tags and all. I even like wrote in like chapter 286 and I didn't get shit. So I came into this chapter fresh and ready to die.
Adri came in reading the chapter like Deku on page like 4
Literally,
or whatever.
You have no
that big ass eyeball. Just
yes, you have no fucking clue. Franz, tell them.
So like the big thing is that like Japan time.
Oh, by the way, Franz failed to tell me that they received the Raws an hour fucking early than America.
I didn't know it was an hour early.
Yeah, okay.
Like, did they really? I thought it was all like simultaneous.
No, it's like an hour early. Japan gets it earlier.
So we get it like the moment it turns midnight.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought it was like, you know, like
Viz
3 a.m. or some shit. I just assumed. I never bothered to check.
Well, for us, it's 1 a.m. But for everybody else, it's
1 a.m.
For not everybody else, but for
yeah.
Viz, for the East Coast at least, that's like midday. And everybody else, that's like 9. Not everyone else. Like,
but for
West
us in
Coast.
Japan, like
for us,
Viz
it's like 1
comes out at 1 a.m.
But until like I was looking at like my Twitter dashboard and I was like, why are all the Japanese like fans already talking about the magazine? Because that's they use like when they talk about the chapter, they use like Zashi like magazine, and I'm like, why is everyone already talking about it as if they've already read it? And then I asked Franz to like pull up the Raws, and it was there. Anyways,
I didn't know, but
this entire chapter, as I scroll through it, is just like different reaction images that describe Adri's experience reading this chapter.
Like, it's not just this chapter though. Like, this whole arc has been
this chapter definitely.
I mean, sure, but like the arc opened up with,
to take
like,
it back,
a
like
statement. Yeah, like to go like all the way to the beginning, because like, you know, someone might be listening that's not really interested in Boku no Hero but likes listening to us just as is. So for context, basically like the Hero Society was like investigating the evil villains and this and that, and like some breakthrough basically was like a gotcha, like investigate the hospital, investigate 311, and so they make this whole huge operation, and like everyone's involved. All the heroes are there. Absolutely everyone.
Everybody down to like the fucking students, like hero students.
Yeah.
Like it was Smash Brothers, everyone is here. Kind of like everyone is here. Minecraft Steve was there.
Yo, Minecraft Steve.
Literally.
Is Cementos
Cementos is Minecraft.
We cracked the code, baby.
Dude,
you.
When Cementos fucking there's no like, well, no, they've yeah, okay, never mind. I was about to say there's no like quirk awakening, but there totally is, because Toga like awakened her quirk.
Well, there are some people who are born with it, but yes.
Yeah.
But I wonder, like, was
no, I mean,
like
you have
born like that.
I mean, like you have the
ascension.
quirk, and then you can have like an evolution to your quirk. Like,
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because Toga had her quirk, and then like suddenly out of nowhere she could like use the other, like her quirk just evolved in the My Villain arc.
It evolved, and suddenly she could use the quirks like
Monoma. Cementos's evolution is gonna be when he can create obsidian.
Impassable. Nothing can break through it.
He can create netherite.
Oh my
Jesus
god.
Christ.
But yeah, so there's
Quick
this
question:
whole
did
huge.
he just pop out of the womb like that?
We got another Shirahoshi. Was he born of an egg? Or was he given live
Was he a
birth
brick
to?
when he came out?
just like an actual fucking brick.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Just the brick. No. Hold on. You dug your fucking grave. Now you have to lay.
For
in
anyone
it.
who doesn't know, this hero named Cement Toss, basically his power is just cement. He makes cement, but he's also a fucking block of cement himself with like a little like.
So did he come out?
A little ponytail at the top.
So okay, did he come out as hardened cement, or did he come out as goopy cement? Was he born into a
His
mold?
mom's womb was like
Was he born into a
constantly
mold?
spinning
Was he born
in
into
order
a
for it to
mold?
not cure.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
could they have chosen his shape?
Oh.
These are the real questions. Horikoshi,
not to get too graphic about it, but was the vagina square when
Right.
he came out?
But like,
oh,
what happens
those. There's like these utensils you can put cookie dough in, and then you push
Uh-huh.
it from the back,
Yeah.
and the
Oh, an
dough
extruder?
will
cookie
come out.
cutter.
Yeah,
Cookie cutter.
yeah. Was the vagina a cookie cutter? Did it have like? Were they able to place the little formations in front?
Can we talk about like insurance premium? Like what happens to your insurance? Like so like obviously there's a lot of like things that heroes and villains always fighting and like buildings falling
God.
down. If you
Insurance in
have,
that
like,
world must
someone-
be wild.
Right. But wait. If you have someone like Cementos that can just make a building in like one fell swoop, like isn't that like wouldn't we have like cheaper insurance? Like
Oh my God.
like there's a reason
Cementos
why
is-
there's a reason why Ochako has like
Cemento.
a fucking like a dying. Her family's construction business is dying. Like
Because Cementos's quirk is
Right.
insurance
Cementos.
fraud. He could level any building and just be like, "No, guys, I can rebuild it." He destroys his own building, gets the insurance payment, and then just rebuilds it like nothing happened.
That's so fucked.
How many tangents now? This is what happens when you just say we're gonna talk about Boku no Hero.
We're like, it's because like we don't really have an outlet for it, and like
Yeah.
unfortunately,
I
like
do.
you do, but like John and I don't. So like our usual madness, like
You know what it
we
is?
could have
our-
like Go ahead.
Our like enjoyment of Boku no Hero is like some for them, some for us. Like One Piece is
Yeah.
like, it's like with One Piece before we started the podcast. It's like we would talk about it every week, and then finally it was just like, yo, like you want to just record us talking about it?
Right.
And My Hero is like that, but it's not the hey, you want to record talking? It's just like, yeah, this one's for us.
yeah.
This one's for the boys back home.
Yeah, whereas Adri's like 24/7 on the Boku no Hero grind.
Well, I mean, probably a good opportunity for today's episode would be specifically talking about Bakugo and Deku.
Yeah.
Because the character development is astronomical in these like few chapters.
The last like 4.
The last like 4 chapters have been wild. I mean, we've already seen quite a bit from Bakugo. But the really fun part is like the reason why I love this chapter so much is so if we rewind a little bit to like when Class A and B went 1-on-1, which is actually the upcoming 5th season. That's what it's going to be about.
Yeah, and this is way before
Yeah,
the whole like sting operation.
It'll be. It's
The
gonna
5th
be.
season is going to be the Class A and B training.
Is it gonna go beyond that? Like, is it gonna go to the?
I'm actually not sure. I really don't think so. It might end.
What was after
on,
that anyway?
It might end on Hawks giving Endeavor a clue in to the.
Oh,
to
that
the,
makes
like,
sense.
The book. He gives he gives Endeavor the book.
Because there was
That's
also the My Villain arc.
Oh shit! The My Villain. Yeah.
Which I'm
That'd be a good
that's
start for
not
season
gonna,
6.
That's not, yeah, it's gonna be season 6.
Because then it's like my villain arc.
Because I thought Overhaul was gonna be one entire season, but they did it like Overhaul and then the Gentle as the second half of the season.
Unfortunately, Overhaul was it was pulled for too long. Like they stretched it too thin for what it really was in the manga.
Yeah,
which is why it went so fast. So
yeah,
I'm not sure. I don't remember entirely, but it might be. We've seen a preview.
Yeah, because I know the preview shows
is all just class A and B fighting.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe there'll be something extra.
Some goodies.
Shinzo, that's his name.
Yeah. So that's all class A and B fighting, and Shinzo coming in and blah blah blah. But back on track. In that arc, that's when we first get like Deku's like awakening one of his like numerous quirks.
Oh yeah. That chapter was scary.
And that comes from I love the little foreshadowing there, because the thing that makes it come out is Monoma talking shit about Bakugo. Like it's Monoma talking shit about Kacchan, and Deku just goes ballistically mad, and like these whips just shoot out of his hands, and he's like, whoa, wait. And he's so mad, and he has no idea how to use it, that like they go absolutely ballistic and almost like kill everybody around him. And that little foreshadowing is so like now that I'm thinking about it, it is foreshadowing, because in the scene in this chapter, he also goes batshit crazy because somebody talks shit about Bakugo.
Talk shit is
It is. No, he says he says like such a waste. AFO says like such a waste of blood, especially that last bit. And he gets so bad that he's like, take that shit back. And he gets so mad.
Well, just like not even just Bakugo, like because he flashes to like
not just that, of
Eraserhead, Gran Torino, like
right.
I didn't even notice this Dragon Girl. It looks like her face got fucking erased.
Yeah, but it's that last part that really like elevates him, and he's just like crunching on those blades.
The beef jerky.
And the other thing I really like is when he's in this like upset mode. I know a lot of people like whine and bitch about like Deku being like a crybaby or being like a shitty like protagonist because he cries. I remember the same thing in the Tokyo Ghoul fandom, that people were like, I can't fucking stand fuck, I forgot his name. I can't stand the protagonist of Tokyo Ghoul because he's a wimpy little bitch and he cries all the time.
Oh man, dude, when Luffy lost Ace and he cried, little fucking bitch.
Yeah,
shut up, bitch, dumbass.
Like it's so fresh.
Like, exactly. Like there was a post that was comparing how it was like a post that was like, oh, when the anime protagonist cries, and it's like a scene of Luffy crying, a scene of Naruto crying, of the guy from Fairy Tail, and whatever other one.
Oh, not Naruto.
and then somebody like retweeted and was like, oh yeah, but when Deku cries, y'all just fucking hate him. Like, but while he's in this berserk mode, there are tears streaming out of his eyes, and I love that. Like, I like it. I like that he angry cries. I like that there's a protagonist out there that Horikoshi like embraces that, and he's just like, yeah, he's a crybaby. He cries a lot. He cries when he's mad. He cries when he's happy. Like,
I feel like it's also kind of rare to just see media portray the angry crying.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if it happens that often or not.
Right.
But I do enjoy seeing it, because like I don't want to say like I relate, but I feel like I'm not a very crying person. I feel like I should be, but masculinity fucked me up real bad. So like I'm an angry crier 100%. And so like I guess it's representation, for lack of a better word.
It's just it makes me happy that Horikoshi lets his characters cry.
Yeah. And that's like a very key word, like lets.
Yeah. Because like, you know, there's that feeling that like crying makes you weak. Like I've seen like that's been a thing in anime or in general in stories, like, oh, like, don't cry, like, wipe away your tears and like just get stronger and like don't cry about it. As if like crying is like weak, inherently weak.
Yeah.
Right. Like you get the basic like apex of that kind of shonen protagonist model basically ends up being Tanjiro from Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
Who like he didn't
yeah.
really cry much during fight. Like in the
No.
aftermath, he did cry like a bit.
But it was so quick. The 360.
Yeah.
The 180 of like, well, now I gotta take care of my demon sister.
And it's like it's also like in the heat of it, he's like, well, now I have to kill myself in order to kill my opponent.
Yeah.
Like it's not even like sheer rage. It's kind of just like
Yeah.
you could. I don't know if it's intentful, but you could read it as like a self-destructive path towards
I
gaining
talked
your
about
goal.
that, how like Demon Slayer, so much of it is just self-destructive, like pushing myself to the utmost limit until I like finally get it. Like that's what almost every single thing in Demon Slayer like made me feel like
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like, oh,
for sure.
I just gotta push myself down to the bone.
Yeah, well, that was like a lot of characters in Demon Slayer. 'Cause I remember like, I can't remember his name. He used the water, not the water style. It wasn't Giyu. It was the other guy,
the one with the stupid hair.
Genya?
No, he was related to.
Yeah, Genya.
No,
brother.
related to the sun guy.
Yeah, he was related. He was like
the sun guy.
He was like the descendant of the sun guy, and
he was
like
the really young one with the stupid hair.
Muichiro?
I think so. I can't
The
remember
one with,
his
like,
style.
The blank face?
Yeah, I think it was like the bubble style
He's
or
very
something.
blank face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bubble style or something like that. Anyways, I remember he had a fight where like, a big thing in that series was like the attaining the red blade. And every time a character got the red blade, like they would use it. And I remember him specifically, he's fighting with it. And then there's a point where like his inner monologue, he's just like, I'm gonna lose. Like literally all of my strength. Like I can't ungrip this blade. Like all of my strength was used to grip this blade. Like I'm gonna die here.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what the and a whole bunch of characters, they have moments like that where like they'll attain whatever power up, and then they're like, well, that took literally everything. Like
exactly.
Here it goes.
And that's like the whole prospect of a Demon Slayer is like, we just hone our bodies to the utmost, like, and it's like,
and then die.
Like,
yeah.
and then we die. But yeah, like the thing, even just with like, there's a little line, a little callback to what the holder of that quirk, the holder of Black Whip, told Deku. There's a little flashback.
His name's Banjo.
He tells him, he tells Deku
Ika Booga.
the best here.
When you use
when you use this power out of anger, it'll really start working for you. What really matters is controlling your heart. So the fact, it's really funny though, because when you think about like powers and anger, most of the time it says you shouldn't use, we hear things like you shouldn't use this power out of anger, out of emotional anger, out of emotional rage,
right,
or emotional passion. You shouldn't be using this power like that.
It kind of harkens to Spider-Man with great power comes great responsibility.
But to see, and then like this feels like it connects to like Deku's like overflowing like passion and emotion, about how he cries so much. So it's like this quirk tells him like, use those feelings, use everything that's like flowing out of you. Like it's almost telling him like, cry, like scream your anger out, and it'll do you good with this power. So even just the way that Black Whip works, to me, mirrors how like Deku is someone that lets it all out.
Yeah.
Besides also being the motherfucker that's like, oh, I don't care what happens to me, like I'm just gonna take Shigaraki down here.
Right. But the good thing to like continue with the parallel of Demon Slayer and Boku no Hero is like Deku has people that tells him, hey dude, fucking stop.
Right. So like the opening of this chapter is which is hilarious. These words coming from Bakugo are hilarious, which is why they stand out so much. But he tells him, you can't stop trying to win by yourself.
Yeah.
Which obviously doesn't register to Deku because all he's thinking about is how his best friend is bleeding out and free falling.
Literally, like, those words, those 3 speech bubbles.
That was wild.
Deku only processed the last 2, like, win this on your own. And he's like, yo, got it, fam.
Fuck. No, wait.
Damn, bro. Yo,
that doesn't
you
work.
said beef jerky, bro.
That doesn't work because in the Japanese version, the last bubble is don't. So, you know what? Shut up. Yeah. It's wild. Like, that second page spread of and I really am obsessed with this internal fighting between AFO and Shigaraki.
The whole theme of like
this entire second,
the new generation.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, the new generation's holding the quirk, and then like the fucking like quirk sentience from
and like it's backwards, right? It's backwards for both of them. So like Shigaraki's trying to wrench control back and being like, no, I want to do this. And on Deku's end, he literally can't do anything, but
he's
he also has
though,
like
tell me.
But you know, he also has like the power of like 7 other people on his side that he can like rely on.
Yeah, it's so strange because it's like Shigaraki wanting to impose his will.
Yeah.
And then All For One is just like, yo, dog, like, this is my body. Like, your body's mine now.
All For One, like, excuse me, like, because, you know, All For One has had a plan. Like,
yeah.
Yes, like, Shigaraki was a part of the plan, but Shigaraki ultimately has always been a pawn.
Yeah.
It was a way for him to get a new body, essentially. Like, that's what's happening right now.
Which is, like, the crazy... I didn't ever expect that to be the... I didn't expect for All For One to be Orochimaru.
Yeah, like,
yeah.
I mean, we did
it,
but at the same time, I'm not surprised.
Right,
I only kind of had an idea.
Yeah.
Like, but it was only like a theory, and it's only because of what happened in the movie. What's the Rising? Heroes Rising?
Heroes
the
Rising.
New movie? Yeah. Because I know that movie, you know, like the movie's non-canon, but I know that Horikoshi...
No, it's canon.
What? No,
it's canon.
It's not. Oh my god.
It's canon. What do you mean it's non-canon?
It's not canon. The events of the movie
yes,
don't
it
fucking...
is.
No,
the
it
events
isn't.
of the first movie are canon, so the events of the second movie are also canon.
No, the events of the second movie are not canon.
They are. It happens, but they literally have a timeline. The timeline. It happens between like winter, sometime like before winter.
Well, yeah, I know it happens, but it's like that the movie takes place there. But I don't consider it canon because like at the end of the movie, they're just like,
canon!
yeah, everybody forgot what happened. Cool.
Nobody forgot what happened. Only Bakugo forgot what happened.
Yeah, but okay, but because like if nobody forgot what happened. That would have been brought up in the manga. That's what I'm saying.
It's
something
canon.
like
Shut
that happens.
It has shut up. It has been brought up in canon because
All Might has never brought up.
Shut
hey,
up. 9
like,
is there. 9 is in you. There's a panel of 9 in the manga.
To be fair, to go not to go against my wife. But in One Piece, there was a movie. I think it was Strong World.
No, yeah, that's
the main character. Shiki.
I consider it the Strong World of this movie. Like characters can be canon, but the events of the movie themselves are not canon.
Almost canon.
It's literally canon. What the fuck are you talking about?
It is not canon. Like
the
characters
what do you mean
are.
It's not canon.
Look, if it was canon. All Might in the manga would definitely have been like, hey, do you remember that one time that you got fucking One For All? Like, do you remember that time that Deku gave you fucking One For All? Like, that is such an important thing that he would have...
It's not because he forgets all about it.
But yeah, but... what I'm trying to say is All Might literally witnesses a miracle at the end. Because Deku tells him, I gave up one for all. Like, I
It's
don't
not
have the
a
quirk
miracle.
anymore.
It's
And then the quirk is just like, yo, dog, I
predecessors.
like Deku
It's
better.
the predecessors. They go back.
Yeah, that
They forgive him.
It's not
Shut
canon.
up,
It's not canon. It is
my
not
God.
canon.
You know what? I'm the boss of this fucking Fancast. Why
It's
don't you
not
shut
canon.
your
It's
goddamn
not
mouth?
canon.
It's canon.
Anyways.
Shut up.
Anyway.
Oh my God.
It is not canon. Like, the events of the movie are not canon. But what I'm trying to say is that that whole situation of Deku giving Bakugo one for all, I don't know if it's still supposed to happen, but at some point that was Horikoshi's like plan. He was like, I wanted to do that in the manga. Like, that was going to be like the end.
He wanted to do that in the final.
So, like, taking that into account, like, he wanted to do that into the end. Like, when Deku is like quirkless, he's like, yo, I gave up the quirk. Like, it was the only way we could win. I had to give up the quirk to Bakugo. And then the quirk just decides on its own to go back to Deku. It's like, okay, like, the quirk has sentience. Like, the quirk is alive. Yeah. So I figured if this one, they're the quirk now. They don't have, like, they're like a hive mind now. Like,
they live in the quirk.
Yeah.
They're not hive mind. Jesus
what are you talking about? The quirk is just like a hive mind of all of them. Like, they just live inside the quirk.
Yes, but
I don't get it anymore. Like all I'm saying is that the quirk is sentient, and so because of that, I was like, okay, I bet you All For One is also sentient like that, which is what we're showing here, because All For One is like, yo, like, thanks for the new body, fam. But
isn't the problem that All For One is, like, literally still alive?
Right.
So, like,
he's still alive,
really alive though.
Yeah, but they haven't, like,
the other
really
thing is, like, we don't know the
him?
amount. We don't know the amount of, like, quirks that he has. That's the other thing. He has, like, a shit ton of, and then, like, him giving.
Because he was
all
using
for one. We don't know the difference between him giving All For One to Shigaraki and how that can differ from passing on One For All.
Yeah, because, I mean, we were told that...
I don't even know how you can pass on All For One. Like...
Well, because we were told that in the... we learned afterwards, in the fight with All Might in Kamen Award, he was already using... Like, he wasn't using All For One. He was using, like, a copy of All For One. Because he had already... Like, somehow removed the quirk or copied it, and he had already set up giving it to Shigaraki.
Yeah.
So it's very strange.
It's super strange. Like, there's, even though, like, we've broken into the lab and we've seen and heard straight from the doctor, like, exactly what's happening, it's still, like, All For One is still kind of a mystery.
Oh, incredibly.
Because he just has a bunch of fucking quirks. Like, I don't know. Which one's All For One? Like,
yeah.
All For One...
Wait, is All For One the one that takes quirks?
Yeah, All For One
is the original quirk guy.
Is the current All For One now, like, the brother?
Yeah.
Because...
That's him. He's the
All
older
For
brother.
One...
He's lived this whole time. He's never died.
He's just stolen quirks that allow him to, like, live forever.
So he's never, like...
He's never died.
Not had All For One.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think when the All Might fight happens, he technically doesn't have All For One because he's using a copy at that point.
Right. He's using, like, his combined all the other, his collection. That's what he's using.
Yeah. He's using like he made a new quirk. He made all for two. But but yeah, I like the juxtaposition of both of them, like Shigaraki and Deku in this moment, because it's like Shigaraki is like, yo, I'm gonna fight. Like, they're fighting with each other, and then All For One,
and like, I almost didn't notice it, but like, All For One is growing out of him like a fucking like tumor.
Like a fungus.
It's very like a butterfly coming out the cocoon kind of thing.
And we're almost like his face is like is covered, but not in the usual like burn scars. It's like foggy, and like I'm wondering, like, are we gonna get a reveal? Are we gonna see his face? Like,
oh yeah, at some point.
Are we gonna get all for dad? Dad for all? Dad for one?
Oh no.
I hope not.
Oh no, please do not be horny over this man.
What do you mean?
It's forbidden horny.
What? No, I'm talking like if he's like, because there's that theory that like All for One is Deku's dad.
Oh, that.
You're such a bastard.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Like I can't blame you, but also fuck you.
But didn't All for like? Oh well.
Yeah, like there's. Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
It's not very. It's not on solid ground, but it's a theory.
Yeah, because I was like, well, how the fuck he's old as shit? But then it's like,
but he's also like kept himself very young.
He could have just swooped in and been like, hey, trying to fuck? And then,
hey, Mamacita, let me whisper in your ear.
Can we talk about how...
Flashback, Deku's mom is peak anime mom.
Oh, she's so sweet. God. My absolute babe.
Current day Deku's mom is peak anime mom, TBH, but...
I love her.
It's so good.
She's such an
Inko's
angel.
good.
She's the best. But I like the difference between them, because like All for One is like, oh, like, you know, thanks for the body, fam. Like this is you know, this is my fight. And then on the other hand, One for All is just like holding Deku back constantly and just like, you don't have to fight. Like this isn't your fight.
No. They don't say that. They say, unfortunately, you can't move in this world yet, so let us handle this.
Well, no, yeah, but I take that as sort of like...
They're just saying, like, you know, unfortunately,
yeah,
you're not
baby
ready
can't
yet.
move.
So let us take in, which is fucking wild, because okay, so I laid down and I was like, all right, that was a good chapter, and then sat up in a fucking cold sweat, and I was like, does this mean we're gonna meet all of the previous holders of One for All? And
I hope so. I better get a double page spread of all of them.
Cook, yeah, for real. Caleb Cook made the translator, he made a good point where he was saying like Deku only gets to talk to the predecessors after he's unlocked their quirks. So like there was Banjo with Black Whip, and now there's Nana after he's unlocked like Float. But also, shut the fuck up, Caleb Cook, we're in the world. I want to see the other holders. Like we're in it. We're inside. Like shut up.
Show me all the quirk. I want to see the quirk users use the quirks. Especially
after like that flashback with Bakugo and All Might
last
talking
chapter.
About number 4, like the fourth holder. Like, tell me about him. Who the fuck is this? Like, I need to know.
Let's talk about that for a bit, because what the fuck could that even mean? Because he was
is
like,
this quirk just nuke?
I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, like, he found out something about the quirk and tried to hide it. And he's like, oh, like, they're not ready to talk about it or something.
Right, like, for some reason, All Might
But the wording on it, it was like, oh, not only villains are after this power. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, my first thought was, did the fourth user, like, kill one of the previous users to get it? But that can't make sense, because
no, it wouldn't make sense.
The quirk can only be passed on to, like, you know, willingly. So
is the fourth user some kind of like ope no mi kind of thing, where like there's some kind of like you'll live forever like quality to it, or
maybe
like
I see what you're saying, like there's some kind of like
died. Well, if that were the case, then Bakugo wouldn't have like jumped in, because he was starting to get get suspicious and like think of like what was here. Let me try to find the specific words that All Might uses when talking about him.
Right. So what you're thinking is that like Bakugo has an idea what it is?
Well, because Bakugo's
no, I don't think Bakugo doesn't know at all. He in that scene he was just pointing out like, hey, like you literally wrote an essay for every power, and the fourth has like a sentence that's scratched out. What the fuck did you find? And All Might's like, yo, brother, like, now ain't the time. Cut that shit out, bruh. Stop asking questions.
No, so the reason that All Might says it's not only the wicked who seek the power is because he's talking with Bakugo about. So Bakugo basically says like, you know, you can't keep fooling people forever. Like he's gonna keep popping out quirks, and there's not gonna be any way to like explain it away. And that's how, that's when, like, All Might says, like, I'm not telling anyone anything beyond Black Whip. And this training should prevent the next power from exploding out the way this one did. That night, she's talking about the night at Ground Beta, when he, like, first reveals the secret to Bakugo. That night, you seem to understand how someone who has great power bestowed on them needs to think very carefully about how it puts others at risk. And he's referring to how nilly-willy Deku is about, like, one OFA, and, like, he just, like, tells everybody. And that's
Todoroki's somehow, like, out of the loop.
Todoroki somehow.
He's been there the whole time.
Listen, he's out of the loop, out of his own denseness. Like, he still thinks that, like, Bakugo...
Todoroki killed a man.
He killed... Oh, okay, so now the movie's canon.
Only the murder is canon.
Shut the fuck up. Stop talking. Anyways, so that's what he's saying. It's not only the wicked who seek the power. And then when I brought it up, you didn't tell me everything. What is it? Did you figure out something about One for All? So Bakugo's suspicious about it. Like, he gets the feeling, and let's not even forget, like, number 4 in Japanese, like, that's an unlucky number.
Oh, that's just kill.
Yeah, that's an that's like an unlucky number. Like, what is it? Like, she knew it's death. Just die. It's death. So number 4 in Japan is, like, the number 13 in, like, the Western world.
So Bakugo was never Explodo Kill. Deku's Explodo Kill.
Yeah.
So dude. Number 4 is Force Die.
So the way that All Might talks about the 4th quirk, like, saying, like, I don't want to speculate and talk about things I'm not sure of because I'm worried for him, makes me think that, like, if Deku were to know what the 4th power is, there would be a problem. Like, I don't trust Deku with the 4th power,
the
is what All Might is saying.
Deku's a very, like, he wants to get to the nitty-gritty of everything. He will investigate if he's given a little bit. If you show something, he will investigate
it's not just that. Like, Bakugo makes, like, a good point in the next, like, page. He's like, he doesn't take himself into account. You know, like, he doesn't think about himself. So for that to be followed up specifically right after All Might is like, I'm not sure I want to talk about this quirk yet, and Bakugo being like, listen, he's a dumbass, he's gonna break him, he's gonna kill himself, like, just, like, please take this seriously. Like, Bakugo's like, please fucking take this seriously. The 4th user's quirk
allows its user to explode all of their joints at once.
the arthritis quirk.
Yeah. The arthritis. Bonitis? I got so caught up in being the user of One for All, I forgot to cure my bonitis.
Which is, like, we get to the next chapter, and that's exactly what Deku's doing. Deku is using every like, he is breaking himself, like, thoroughly. And at the end of the chapter ends with him saying, like, I don't care what happens to me, like, I will kill this man. And it's like,
I thought before this chapter came out, the current chapter, with the ending of that chapter where he's like, I don't give a fuck what happens to me, I thought that this chapter would start with Bakugo, like, you know, getting fucked, and then the 4th power just exploding out of Deku because he got so pissed.
Okay, listen, that would have been fucking hilarious. I didn't even think of that.
That's what I thought was gonna happen. Yeah, because I'm like, oh, he unlocked flight mode, like, 2 seconds ago, but seeing your best friend die, I would think that might work as a catalyst for unlocking.
It accelerates something.
Boyfriend.
No agenda here, cough cough boyfriend.
What's it called? Can we talk about, like, page 11, where, like, to me, because, like, half of Shigaraki's, like, hand is, like, burnt off.
Oh, it looks like he's picking his nose.
It looks like he's picking Deku's nose.
I was trying, because I forgot that his hand was, like, burnt off, and it literally, like,
really if looks like he's picking Deku's nose.
If you forget that fact, like, touch your index finger and your thumb together and hold it up to the panel, and it looks like that's what he's doing.
He's, like,
he's picking, like, the
pick
single boogie. Yeah, he's picking the nose hair.
He's gonna take one for all. He's gonna pick a... He's gonna take a nose hair.
You didn't know, Deku. If you use the nose hairs, there doesn't need to be consent.
That's some Bobobo kind of shit.
Yeah. Oh my god. The fourth user is Bobobo.
Oh dear God.
God, yeah, I don't... this chapter took me by surprise, because I went all in on the fourth power is gonna be, like, exploded
really?
out of...
I didn't even think about that. I was having so much trouble thinking about, like, where this was gonna go in the next chapter. Like, I legit had no fucking idea. I'm really sad that, like, Bakugo just, like, had one moment up in the air and then just and just fell straight back down.
Yeah.
But
he's had so many good moments in this final fight with Shigaraki, though.
Has he, though? Like, he was really, really fucking quiet for the past, like, 10 chapters.
No, I mean, he's been good. Because when he's been running around, all of his dialogue he hasn't been, like, action man, but all of his dialogue has been, like, perfect. And he destroyed one of the quirk bullets. I think you pointed that out one of the other weeks. I didn't even catch that. When you pointed it out to me, I had to go back and I was like, oh yeah, that is one of the quirk bullets getting eradicated.
I've always got my eyeballs on Kachan.
Yeah.
No, I was very zeroed in on that because I, like, literally predicted it. I was like, ha, look at me, I'm Horikoshi.
Everything with, Bakugo and Deku are such good boys. And they've had such good character development that when I see people online or I talk to people, like, about it IRL, and they're like, oh, I hate Bakugo or Deku's annoying, I'm like, dog, did you just finish chapter 2 or episode 2 or 3? Like, you dumb fuck, like, get over here. Like, give me that neck.
Give me that neck. Like, you know, I'm gonna put myself out there. Like, I'm in the BakuDeku fandom. Come for my throat. But, you know, there's still a lot of people that are just like... There are so many, like, every other fucking day, there's always, like, drama about, like, oh, but he told him to kill himself. Or, like, oh, like,
he's abusive.
Bullies. I feel so bad laughing at that, but at this point, like, the amount of times that people are like, he told him to kill himself. Or, like,
it's like, have you been,
like, have you, like 12? Did you watch, like, well, I mean, I don't want to, like, I don't like brushing it off as in, like, dude, he was like 12 years old. We all tell people to kill themselves when they're 12.
But he was 12 years old, and we've all said that at some point.
Right. I don't like brushing it off like that. But you know, like, it's the thing that bothers me is, like, that's chapter 1. You know, that's if you were to look at someone and think of them at the way that they acted in middle school when they are still, like, literal children and have not experienced even a fraction of the world, to have the emotional maturity and the mental maturity to, like, realize, like, the pain behind those words and the abuse behind those words.
Well,
you know, like, I think that's a little bit ridiculous that you would, like, look and judge someone at what they did at, like, 12 or 13.
It is a gross over-assumption, but, like, the thing is, like, I feel it's also a definite lack of, like, social understanding in Japan, in the sense that, like, 16-year-olds legitimately just go around telling each other to kill themselves.
Well, I mean, and that's, like, also America too. Like,
like, I'm not saying, like, you know, like, in America it's like a haha, like, 2006 edgy, like, oh, why don't you go kill yourself? Like,
oh, well, yeah.
like,
suicide.
I've seen it.
Here,
like,
suicide is like a fucking pandemic. Like,
it's really rough, but at the same rate, like, the way if junior high school kids hate each other, they are vitriolic. It is so nasty. I've seen
is, like,
bad.
It's ridiculously
it's
like
wild.
I thought what I went through when I was a kid was bad, and then, like, I've had, like, Japanese friends be like, oh, you know, like, this shit and that shit. I'm like, are you okay?
Yeah,
are you guys fine?
Do you want therapy, dog? Like, I got you.
Yeah, I mean, like, either way, like, it doesn't make it okay. But, you know, like, this is a fucking, like, it's always, like, you know, the joke at this point, like, I don't talk with people like that because it's like, obviously you don't want to read
It's
past
a lot
the first
of
page
yeah.
of the manga.
Yeah.
Like, I get
or
it.
they have deep-seated trauma that they're projecting onto media.
That's another thing. Like, there are so many people.
Yeah.
But either way, like, just
No, their relationship is like
a big part of why I love Boku no Hero is just those two characters. Like,
yeah.
not because I'm like, you know, ooh goo goo gaga like shipper bitch, but just like
No,
I
they're
mean, sorry.
I was just gonna say their relationship, the way I view it, is it's literally everything that Kishimoto wanted Naruto and Sasuke to be.
Sasuke to be.
Yes.
Because like Naruto and Sasuke, that relationship is fucking
Weird.
garbage.
Like,
yeah, it's garbage, and the resolution at the end is like, dog, like
the whole
Naruto,
thing.
This don't
I'm
make
a
no goddamn
terrorist.
sense,
I don't
bro.
want to live here anymore because I'm a
was
terrorist.
like, yeah, Horikoshi was like, why the fuck did Sasuke leave? Anyways, like.
Yeah, anyway, look, you should have had Sasuke stay and keep telling Naruto to kill himself. Now that's how you write a story.
Calm down.
I'm just goofing.
Yeah, no. So, like, what's it called? I mean, disclaimer, like, you can ask Franz. I fucking hated Bakugo in the beginning. I could not stand that.
It's
bitch.
something
Fake
that,
fan,
like,
fake fan, fake fan.
Fake fan, fake fan.
I called it too. Like, I was like, she was like, oh, should I read this? And I was like, yeah, you're really gonna like this guy. Except at the beginning, you're gonna fucking hate this guy.
Yeah.
And I hated him. I mean, I wasn't like, oh god, I can't fucking stand this bitch. But I was like, every other fucking chapter, when I would talk to Franz, I was like, what's this kid's fucking problem? Like, why is he so fucking, like, why is he so
No, honestly,
up?
it's like, even as early as the fucking tournament arc, that's when I'm like, alright, Bakugo's a good boy. He's just gotta come out of his shell. Yeah, because his fight with Ochako?
Oh, right, yeah.
True,
like,
true,
I
true.
was
His
very...
fight with Ochako, he went all out, and everyone in the class was like,
there.
oh, Bakugo, you're such a bitch, bro. You went full power. You fucking almost killed him, bro. You're
the fucking
ruthless.
simp.
Yeah,
I would
and then
never
Bakugo is literally
fight a girl
like,
like that.
he literally like sits down pissed off at everybody. He's like, bro, like, fuck you guys. Like, she was going all out. Anything
I
less
love
would,
it.
like, you know,
I love the
like,
line
anything
he
less
says,
would have been
like,
disrespectful or something
no,
like that.
he says like, there ain't nothing soft about her.
Yeah.
And that was like,
As soon as that moment happened, I was like, all right, like, this guy's got some good stuff. And then from there, it's literally just been like
still couldn't. I mean, I was still like,
Stonks and Bakugo are going up. Bye.
At that
And
point,
then last week, last paddle, sell.
By the time we get to like Deku versus Kachan 2, like, that's where I'm like, holy shit, okay, there's a reason behind this kid's like,
oh yeah,
like, I get it now. And then, like, you end up seeing like the like aggressive like perfectionist and like all this shit that like is actually going on under like the I'm a fucking born genius and amazing and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So that's when I really like fell in love with Bakugo, and
the main characters are like very well written.
Can we talk about Shoto? I love this boy. Like,
it's so funny because like all the media and like a lot of fans try to pose him as like the third main character, but he's like
kind of is, but
he's like really popular in
he's incredibly popular
in Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. The DLC colors, one of them, there's a Unist character, Seth, and one of his colors is literally Todoroki. Like, the character Seth has like white hair, and he has he has black hair, and then there's a puff of white on his default costume, and he has a color where his suit is the UA jumpsuit colors, and then his hair is red with a tuft of white.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, and it's like, he's super popular as a character. It's just,
I feel like people are just really, really stuck in the first season of Boku no Hero. Like, Bakugo told him to kill himself, and Todoroki is amazing.
Yeah,
like,
look at him.
Right
he's so edgy
after,
with his like daddy issues.
That's literally, but like right after that moment where like Deku's like, that power is yours, like that's it, like he resolves himself. And I mean, obviously he still has problems, like he still has like his own insecurities to fight back, and his like familial issues or like and his own like quirk issues.
I think that
but like after that, like that's it, like he's chill, like he's no more like Mr. Sasuke in the corner, like pissed off at everybody, like he's just there.
Yeah, no, he's chill. Pun intended.
There and happy and you know, with his little 5 peepees.
Mr. 5 peepee man.
Oh, that was the last moment where he is shot. Not the last, but 10 out of 10 chef kiss.
I mean, I think he really shines. I think he really shines in this most recent chapter where he comes in not only grabbing Kachan mid fucking fall, but he's also like holding on to his gigantic fucking, like, unit of a father. he is with one
holding
arm,
on to Endeavor.
One fucking arm.
He manages to grab Bakugo by his like Tetsuya Nomura belt.
He catches a Kachan. Yeah. Deku was never able to do it, but Todoroki's the first one to catch a Kachan.
I am
the absolute skill required.
With
I
just
am waiting with bated breath. Because I think after this arc, like I don't see how any of these top heroes are still gonna be
like they're all dead. Like
there, I can totally see Shoto getting like basically having to take up Endeavor's mantle. Not of like number 1, obviously, but Endeavor's gonna be like, okay, like you and me have to like really train because you're gonna have to.
There's like, definitely gonna be like after this, like there's definitely gonna be some type of like, holy shit, what's happening? Like, can we really like trust? Can we really put all of our like money in one fucking bucket? When you know, all of the heroes go down in one fucking fell swoop like this. Like, is this really like how we should be living as a society?
Are we gonna see super cops?
I mean, we could see like, I think we're leading into like maybe we should reevaluate how we think about hero society and quirk and quirk.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. I could also see maybe not right after this arc, but at some point, because I know there was a lot of emphasis on like All Might's time in America as a hero.
Right.
I would love to see like either the kids go over there or some of the American heroes come over here after all this fallout, and we get to see some American heroes, bro. I want to see Spider-Man. Spider-Man is canon. Because in Sero's state, well, it's like a joke, but in Sero's, like, in one of the volumes, Sero has a thing, and it's like, oh, like, his quirk lets him, like, wrap onto buildings and, like, fly a lot, and his favorite hero is, like, this red and blue guy from America. And it's like, okay,
amazing.
Horikoshi.
Well, Horikoshi absolutely loves American comics, so.
Yeah, it's no surprise there.
But, like, my good outcome would be, like, American hero intervention. Yikes outcome, which would be more interesting, but I'm like, oh no, would be super cops.
Like, super cops.
Like,
we'll see.
Because like,
Andrew Yang automation, hero automation. We need Andrew Yang.
I don't think there's a precedent for it, but like, I'm worried that the setup of like, the hero support squads, like all this tech could be diverted.
Yeah.
You know,
like it's basically, I feel like it's going to come to the point where it's like, we're not taking heroes as seriously as we should. Like, we really put all of our money into these into these handful of people that, you know, like first it was Endeavor, and then it was like the next top 5,
which is like in a weird fucking way that would be the that would be like what's his face fighting for that, like, or no, he was fighting for the opposite, the I can't remember his name. No, not Hawks. The guy Hawks worked with, the revolutionary guy or whatever.
Oh, right. The loser.
The quirk liberation
with
army.
an L on his
the guy whose
forehead.
dad wrote a book about
Destro.
everyone.
Liberation.
Yeah, everyone should just have a quirk, bro.
Everyone should just be able to use their quirk. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why can't I use my fucking quirk?
Yeah, I just want to use my quirk to just
Like,
skip the line.
That
at
book was
Disneyland.
written.
Like, there's definitely-
that guy's quirk was like he can make toast, and he was just like, "Yeah, dude, everyone should just be able to use their quirk." Meanwhile, people like nuking cities. He's like, "Oh wait, no, I didn't mean."
I didn't mean you. Yeah. It's definitely gonna be a reevaluation of like what it takes to be a hero.
Yeah.
You know, like there are so many people out there that are just kind of like they're heroes, but they're not really like, you know, like they're I don't want to say like weak, but they're not really like up to bat. Like there's like hero society is very saturated, and it's only because they had like somebody on top, like All Might, and now it's gonna be like, well, now we have nobody. Like, oops.
There's also the issue, like this is probably the last point where we'll be able to talk about, but there's the runaway quirk theory of like how quirks are just getting stronger and stronger.
Oh,
I don't know. I said a name that sounded right, but I think is wrong.
Wasn't it like?
it's quirk.
Isn't it literally
quirk
the singularity?
Singularity.
Yes.
Quirk singularity.
So given that that's like a thing, the future of hero society is completely frail just on that point.
Oh, absolutely. Like the future of humanity is.
Oh yeah.
Is becoming like scary. So, but we'll see, because we still have people like Inko that can just fucking like, you know, like inch things towards her, like
But she's a boomer.
But she's a boomer.
And the Zoomers are coming in.
Okay, well, and the fucking Zoomer had no quirk, so you know what?
Well, no.
I think we're still okay.
The Zoomer had no quirk.
Deku's not a Zoomer, he's a millennial.
Listen, Deku didn't have a quirk, okay?
Deku is like alpha Zoomer.
Bakugo was a fucking like freak of nature. Like he just so happened to have a parent with glycerin and a parent with like whatever fucking else they needed.
With like flint for hands.
Yeah, like
Bakugo's dad is Minecraft Steve.
He looks like, you know.
Oh my god.
How dare you do Master fucking dirty like that?
I love him, I'm sorry.
He's such a good dad.
Oh my God.
You know, and like everybody else in the class is kind of like whatever, you know. Like there's one kid that shoots tape out of his elbows. There's one kid that can go fast. There's a girl that can float. Like
There's the kid that everybody in real life had in their like elementary school class who just ate a lot of sugar and then like freaked out.
Yeah.
Like the fucking
There's,
tweaker.
Like, one kid that just eats a bunch of sugar and gets strong. Like, okay. Like,
yeah, I don't think they've realized that he actually doesn't have a quirk. He's just fucking tweaking. Like,
so when they talk about like
Sugar
quirk
high.
singularity, like to me it gets really confusing because look at what we have. Like look at what we're looking at here. Like
yeah, you think we're in danger because of these bozos?
I guess what they mean is like there's going to be more instances of people like Toga.
Right.
People
And like there's also like more people that are gonna be like
Shigaraki.
born with stronger things, like Bakugo, who had two parents with very like
Yeah, but nobody was worried about Bakugo.
No, right.
Everyone was just like, wow, that's so fucking cool. Like, nobody was like, holy shit, you gotta be careful with that kid. He's gonna fucking explode your face.
Did you hear about this
100%.
fucking sugar kid? He's freaking me out, man.
Bakugo should have been on like 27 different lists from birth.
Yeah.
But
he wasn't for some fucking reason.
who lets him get into any public vehicle? Like, we see this boy on
I
fucking
know he's
boats.
gotta be on a fucking watch list at the airport, right?
Oh,
like
for
he can't be
fucking
allowed
sure.
on an airplane, right?
They have to put some like those quirk suppression things on him.
You know the whole I don't know another word for it, like quote unquote joke of like yelling bomb in an airport.
Uh-huh.
Like
the classic, the joke of all jokes. Yeah, I know.
It's awful because his
quote
name
unquote
literally
joke.
has bomb in it.
Right. Like, can you imagine? You know how like when celebrities like touch down at airports, like fans are like, "Oh, Jungkook." Like Jimin,
Jimin,
and whatnot. And so like, can you imagine the same scenario where like a Bakugo arrives at Kansai International Airport and his fans are like, King Explodo kill, King Explodo kill, and then like
instantly
some
tackled by
Japanese
TSA
agent like hears explode, kill,
instantly tranquilized.
Like all you see is
seven
like
quirk erasure
17
bullets
laser
like
dots
to the neck.
on Bakugo.
Instantly, bro.
Oh man,
Oh, God.
Quirk Society. Like I want to finish off with saying that like about the Quirk Singularity is that a piece of media that nobody fucking watched unless you're a pervert or you had nothing else to watch.
High School Zombie.
No, okay. I gave two scenarios. The only perverts watch that one. But a certain magical index or a certain scientific railgun, that series.
Yeah.
It's a very similar premise, except if alongside Quirk Society there was Magic Society with the church and
Science
shit.
versus magic.
Right. But like the whole like quote unquote science side is very similar to like how Quirk Society is and this and that. But the apex of quirks, the range of quirks is kind of similar to Boku no Hero, except the apex of quirks is like a lot more like stringent in that like the number one guy, his I forget the fucking term they use, but his quirk, so to speak, was vectors. He could like influence something's like physical vector in space time.
Demon Slayer?
No.
But there is
I
a
thought
guy
he
in
was
Demon
good.
Slayer.
I thought he was good.
It's exactly
Adobe
like the guy in Demon
Illustrator.
Slayer, basically, but like to the max, to the point where like he could do it with like his mind and shit.
He could
So-
change your file type. That's what he could do.
Damn.
So it was ridiculous, and then like the number 3 or the number 4, I forget. She's like literally an electromagnetic railgun. Like her whole like she's a protagonist of a certain scientific.
Oh, does it?
railgun.
Like she could touch like a metal and like hypercharge it or some shit.
Hypercharge it, but like her signature move is like she'll like take a quarter from her pocket, like flip it up, and in flipping it up she like hypercharges it so it like spins super fast, and then like hypercharge her finger so that like when it like goes when it passes the line of her finger, it shoots across and it's like this crazy fucking beam and this and that. So like basically what I'm getting at is like the apex of that society was like sheer complete fucking destruction.
Yeah.
Absolute chaos. So I could see that like maybe not this generation, but the next generation of Quirk Society in Boku no Hero.
Yeah, man, you remember those fucking kindergartners?
That's
I
what I'm
was
saying.
just about to say those little mega zoomers
Fucking
in the kindergarten.
monsters.
Dude, I can't wait for the final.
Okay, but they also had like stupid ass quirks, like the one kid that had little Pac-Man munchies that could fly around.
Yeah, but what if
the
he just
final arc,
eats
Todoroki's
everything?
final fight, he steps into like the dungeon to fight the dude, and it's like Mr. 5 Pee-Pee Man, we meet again.
We meet again. 5 PP man.
full circle.
Well, actually, now I have 10 PPs, but okay.
Now I have 10 PP, so you can't stop me.
But yeah, that'll do it for us this week.
Anyways.
We literally have no time to
Yeah.
talk about anything else. If you've come this far and have not read Boku no Hero, we cannot like suggest it more. Really,
Yeah.
Read it.
it's like really, really good. It's the kind of thing where I expect it. All things age poorly in some aspects, but like I don't think My Hero will age as poorly as like a lot of other manga we've seen.
Right?
Like, you know, it might not be everyone's favorite, especially now that like
Like,
a
if
lot of
you're
people are tired of heroes
Yeah,
from
if
like
you're burnt out of the hero, like the hero world and the hero trope, like it really is a breath of fresh air. I think, and I think it really sets itself apart in the trope of heroes.
No, yeah. Because, like, you know, when it was coming out, like, all the Marvel movies and everything, but like even still, like this is such a different story from any of like Western hero comics that like
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's way better than any of those, but
Anyways,
that's for another podcast.
Ship BakuDeku. Heroes Rising was canon. I'm handing the boss cap back.
Oh,
You
I
can
have the
say
cap
goodbye.
back
I'll
now.
agree
You
to
can
that
say
if we can
goodbye.
agree that Nana's biceps
Fuck,
need to
God,
be
I was just
destroying
thinking
me.
about that. I was just thinking about how fucking good she looks. Read Boku no Hero just for Nana Shimura, like really just for her.
Yeah.
Can we talk about how Float is kind of a sucky quirk?
It's already been mentioned that most of the previous holders of One for All had pretty like lame quirks.
Right? Because they all just kind of like
Minus like Black Whip. I
as,
think
like,
Black Whip is
nobody.
really fucking
Black
cool.
Whip's really
Like
fucking cool. Like, not to be edgy on main, but like
it's really fucking cool.
that's fucking sick. I wish I could be edgy Spider-Man. I wish I could be black suit Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire walking down the street, finger guns.
Dancing.
Okay, well, best regards to Oda. Hope he feels better, and we can have our new chapter next week.
Yeah, we'll be back next week with chapter, I want to say 992.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, 992.
Yeah.
Should be a good one, a grat one.
In the meantime, check out our socials.
In the meantime, read Boku no Hero.
Yeah, you do have time.
Check out our
Dear
socials.
listener. But check out our socials. We are at Paramecia Cast on Twitter, Paramecia Fancast literally everywhere else. Our episodes first go to parameciafancast.libsyn.com. You can check out our RSS feed there if you want to do it old school, or if you want to take it the easy way, we're available on all podcatchers, talking Google Podcast, that new shit, Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, something else that I probably don't know of.
Instagram, I don't know.
I would not
Be surprised
if Facebook has like on the back burner a podcasting app.
Jesus.
That would be terrible. But hey, like most things Facebook does, if we got on the ground floor, it would just completely inflate us, and then people would think we're actually popular. But if you want to make us more popular, you could follow those socials. Or if you want to talk with us, talk with the small but very good community that we've been collecting, you can join us at Paramecia Flower Capital. That's our Discord, where
link is up on Twitter.
On Facebook. The permanent link is everywhere, so you can find that pretty easily. I wanted to get a custom URL for it, but turns out we have to have like 10,000 people in the server before that happens or some shit.
Beautiful.
Oh shit. So almost there.
Almost there.
Yeah, we're at like 60 some people.
Hey,
so
man.
Hey.
what's another couple thousand?
Where were you when we got fucking 10K people, bro?
But yeah,
I got nothing else. Nana, mommy milkers, kill me.
Crack theory. All the holders come out and beat Shigaraki to a pulp.
Series over. Goodbye.
the fourth quirk is come.
The fourth quirk is
Come.
Did I tell you about the people that thought that like two of the holders, because in the background you can see like two shadowed people. People thought it was Bakugo and Kirishima.
Oh yeah, I saw it because like their outlines. I saw people talking about that.
You know what? Crack theory. It is Bakugo and Kirishima.
See, Heroes Rising is canon. It's Bakugo.
Oh, not again. We're cutting it.